Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to be talking about today is a huge problem that we are facing, and it's called food waste. And one of the reasons why I want to talk about this is because what we're going to be facing very shortly, we don't want to be wasting food. We actually should start rationing our food now. So in order to prevent wasting food, I think that we should start rationing and getting back to basics in the kitchen. Tossing those unwanted leftovers or unused ingredients into the trash can doesn't just hurt your wallet. Over 1/3 of the food produced in the United States is never actually eaten, and its food waste is the single most common material landfilled and incinerated across the nation. When food is wasted, so are natural and human resources that go into producing, processing, transporting, preparing, and storing it. There was a report done in 2021 that estimates that U.S. food loss and waste produces the equivalent of the annual carbon dioxide emissions of 42 coal power plants and enough water and energy to supply more than 50 million homes. And that's not including the impact of food that rots in landfills. So these are just some things to think about and ponder on, okay? So before you go shopping, when picking out your recipes, making shopping lists, start by surveying what's already in your fridge and in our prepper pantries, okay? Try to look around your kitchen, see what you can make with it before heading to the grocery store, okay? Now, this is going to be most efficient when we're in a serious crisis, like I feel is coming. We all talk about recession, the next Great Depression. Okay, this is when this is going to really go into effect with what I'm going to be speaking about right now, okay? Look around what's already in your kitchen and see what you can make with it before heading to the grocery store and buying everything that you see on a recipe list, because there's so many things that can be substituted with what you already have, okay? So go back and think about what you were told and what you learned from your grandparents, your great-grandparents, and your parents if they lived through the Great Depression, okay? Think about the stories that you were told and what they went through, okay? Take those lessons and you're going to want to apply them, all right? In other words, you don't have to stick to exactly what the recipe is if it means buying a brand new jar of something that just ends up sitting in the back of the refrigerator. If you want to have a regular use for that particular product, just swap it out for something else, okay? For example, if a recipe calls for lemon and you don't have one, go with an acid that you already have in your pantry, like vinegar, okay? Just being more resourceful with what you already have and being creative with what you have is a skill that I think a lot of us kind of underutilize, if you understand me. So before you start cooking, okay, have you ever bought a bunch of items and then you put them in the refrigerator and then you'll have like a beet that's languishing in the corner of your crisper drawer, or cilantro that is wilting and melting in a bag in the bottom of your fridge because you simply just forgot about it, okay? I call it an issue of space management. So if you have like a glass container with dry erase markers, I came up with a better system for keeping track of what's in my refrigerator, okay? Labeling allows me to quickly assess which ingredients I'm working with. Then I figure out how to use them. Not only is it a great way to reinvent or create a recipe, but it's also a great way to just use up what you already have in your refrigerator, which is super satisfying and cost effective. All right. Now, while cooking, once you already have the ingredients that you need, make sure you're using them to the fullest extent. For one, that means using all the parts of the vegetable. Okay. Broccoli stems are edible. Okay. Carrot tops, they make a wonderful stir fry. Put them in your salads. They give like that extra like bitter taste that you might want to use if you're making your own salad dressing. It gives a wonderful pop of flavor if you're making your own salad dressings. Okay. So you can also give vegetables a second life by pickling them. And that's something that I want to start doing a lot more in my kitchen. Red onions, I've heard that they are wonderful when you pickle them. Okay. So if you only use half of a red onion, pickle the other half. Okay. And I was actually given a recipe that I've yet to try with pickled red onions put it on top of avocado toast. I love avocado toast. So it just gives that extra sourness and you're not wasting your food. Okay. Repurposing your scraps, especially if you can't compost. Okay. Throw potato and carrot peelings, garlic, and other little snippets into a Ziploc bag to use for stock, for example. I've had luck getting cilantro to last longer by storing it in a cup of water in the fridge. All right. Now, when trying new things, reducing your waste doesn't have to put an end to eating at restaurants or trying new recipes. Even though we should cut back on eating out because honestly, it costs too much money to eat out. But if we have a date night, or it's our anniversary, or we're having family in from out of town and we want to go out to eat, okay, fine. But if we're also trying new recipes, I get inspired by the food that I eat out at restaurants sometimes. And I will generally try to recreate them into some form of my own in my own kitchen. And often, thanks to the large portion sizes at some restaurants, I can do that by using the leftovers that I bring home, and I can recreate and incorporate those leftovers into a new dish that I'm making at home. Okay, so I hope this video helps you guys with some new ideas. All right, because honestly, the food loss that we are experiencing with kitchen waste and things like that, food waste is a huge problem, guys. Okay, and I hope that we can try to eliminate, at least in our homes, people of the prepared mind, we can at least try to eliminate more food waste. Okay. All right, guys, I'm out of here. All right. I appreciate you. You stay safe. You stay positive. You keep prepping. And as always, fear less. Ciao.